Welcome to e-lesson on biomedical instrumentation. Introduction to biomedical instrumentation. Upon the completion of the topic, the student will be able to know human body system, basic block diagram of biomedical instrumentation system, characteristic of human cell. Introduction to human body system. Tremendous increase in use of electrical and electronic equipment in the medical field for clinical and research purpose has taken place in the last quarter of the century. So here the tremendous increase in use of electrical and electronic equipment in the medical field for clinical and research purpose has taken place in the last quarter of the century. For understanding the function of most of the medical instruments, a knowledge of the structure of living body and its function is essential. Anatomy is the science of structure of the human body. Its organs are seen by the naked eye on dissection and the position of the organs in relation to each other. Physiology related to normal function of the organs of the body, that is the function of the cell, pathological functions of the organs, blood circulation relating to the function of the heart and function of the breathing organs. The main function of the medical instrumentation is to measure or determine the presence of some quantity that may be essential, that may be useful for a diagnostic purpose. So the main function of the medical instrumentation is to measure or determine the presence of some quantity that may be useful for a diagnostic purpose. A medical instrument performs a specific function on biological system. The function may be measurement of physiological parameter like blood pressure, velocity of the blood flow, action potentials of the heart muscles, temperature, pH value of the blood, and rates of the change of these parameters. Classification of biomedical system. The major types are one is clinical instrumentation, second one is research instrumentation, and treatment of patients. Clinical instrumentation is basically devoted to the diagnosis, care and treatment of patients. Research instrumentation is used primarily in the search for new knowledge pertaining to the various systems that composed the human organism. Clinical instruments are used by the physician or nurse. Research instruments are generally operated by skilled technologists. Physiological system of the body. Human body is a complex engineering marvel which contains various types of systems such as electrical, mechanical, hydraulic, pneumatic, chemical and thermal, etc. These systems communicate internally with each other and also with an external environment. Using multi-level control system and communication network, the individual systems enable the human body to perform useful tasks, sustain life, and reproduce itself. Major subsystems of the physiological system of the body, they are cardiovascular system, respiratory system, nervous system, digestive system, excretory system, reproductivity system, biochemical systems which perform vital functions required to carry out the various body functions. So I am explaining once again. Major subsystems of physical systems of the body are cardiovascular system, respiratory system, nervous system, digestive system, excretory system, reproductivity system, biochemical system which perform vital function required to carry out the various body functions. Medical instrumentation system. The primary purpose of medical instrumentation is to measure or determine the presence of some physical quantity that may some way assist medical personnel to make better diagnosis and treatment. The four basic functional components of any medical systems are: one is measuron, transducer, signal conditioner, fourth one display system. The four basic functional components of any medical systems are: one is measuring system, one is second one is transducer, third one is signal conditioner, fourth one is display system. The block diagram of a biomedical instrumentation system is shown in the picture in the slide. The energy source, electric light, infrared, mechanical, ultrasound, various diagnostic systems and sources and measurement system where the patient is lying, sensor and transducer, signal conditioner, preamplifier, signal processing unit, control system, and last one alarms, display, data storage, data transmission, data recording. These are all comes under the display and recording systems. The source of energy passing onto the human body to diagnose the human organs, after scanning or ultrasound, these light energies are picked up by using sensors, and converted into useful signal from non-electrical quantity into electrical quantity by using a transducer. Here a transducer is a device which converts non-electrical quantity into electrical quantity. So here the transducer signal is a weak signal that can be amplified by using a preamplifier. The preamplifier which boosts the signal. If you want, you can use also main amplifier. Further cascading of amplifying required amplification of with the gain can be produce a useful signal for measurement. The signal is given to the signal processing unit. The signal processing unit which converts the signal into useful signal. The signal conditioner contains A to D conversion and impedance matching devices, etc. The signal is passing on to the alarms for attention of operator. If you want to display, the signal may be displayed on the display system. Data can be stored on the storage devices. Data are transmitted into the further devices. Data can be recording using a recording system. This is the black diagram of biomedical instrumentation system. The function of the basic components of the biomedical system. Measurand. The first one is measurand. The physical quantity or condition that the instrument system measure is called measurand. The sources for the measurand is the human body, which generate a variety of signals. Transducer is a device that converts one form of energy into another form. A sensor converts a physical measurand to an electrical signal. The sensor should be minimally invasive and interface with a living system with minimum extraction of energy. Signal conditioner converts the output of the transducer into electrical quantity for a suitable operation of the display system or recording system. The display system provides a visible representation of quantity as a displacement on scale on the chart of the recorder or on the screen of cathode ray tube or in numerical form. Measurement in which biomedical instrument is employed can be divided into two categories. One is vivo, another is in vitro. In vivo and in vitro. And in vivo, measurement made on or within the living organism itself. An example would be device inserted into blood stream to measure the pH of the blood directly. It is an in vivo system. An in vitro measurement, it is performed outside of the body, even though it relates to the function of the body. An example would be measurement of pH of a sample of blood that has been drawn from a patient. Characteristic of the human cell. The cell is the structure and functional unit of living matter. Here, the cell is the structural and functional unit of the living matter, capable of carrying all the processes of life independently. The cell consists of an ionic conductor separated from the outside environment by a semi-permeable membrane, which acts as a selective ionic filter to the ions. It allows some ions to pass through the membrane freely where the other cannot do. So, all living matter is composed of cells of different types. Human cell may vary from 1 micron to 100 microns in diameter, from 1 mm to 1 meter length, and have a typical membrane thickness of 0.01 micron. Summary: we discussed about the systems of human body, biomedical instrumentation system, characteristic of human cell. Quiz. The question 1. Anatomy is the science of structural body of organs. 2. Structural and functional of body organs. Function of the body organs. 4th one is none of the above. The answer is structure of the body of organs. Quiz 2. Physiology is the science of structure of body organs. 2. Structure of the function of body organs. 3rd one, function of the body organs. 4th one, none of the above. The answer is function of the body organs. Quiz 3. Question. Biomedical instrumentation deals with measurement of any quantity, measurement of physical quantity, measurement of physical quantity for diagnostic purpose. 4th one, none of the above. The answer is measurement of physical quantity for diagnostic purpose. Characteristic of human cell. Upon the completion of the topic, the student will be able to know about characteristic of human cell. The cell is the structural and functional unit of living matter. It is capable of carrying all the processes of life independently. The tissues which form the body consist of entirely of cells. Individual cells are too small to be seen with the naked eye. They can be seen when the thin slices of tissues by using microscope. Cells are distinguished by the way they observe and by their shape and size. Basic structure of the cell picture we can see in the slide. Inside of the cell there is a nucleus. The nucleus is located inside the cell. It is covered by a nuclear membrane. Inside the fluid is nucleoplasma, and outside there is a fluids that is cytoplasma. It is totally covered by a cell membrane. The cell consists of plasma membrane. Inside the cell are number of organelles floating in a fluid called cytoplasma. Each organelle contain in a membrane or small in structure. They have highly specialized functions. The tissue are held together by themselves with material called intracellular cement. Structure of cell. A fluid called interstitial fluid or extracellular fluid is able to flow to each cell. The fluid provides nourishment to the cell, remove waste products from the cell, respond to electrochemical impulses. So the fluid provides nourishment to the cell, remove waste products from the cell, respond to electrochemical impulses. A cell consists of an ionic conductor separated from the outside environment by a semi-permeable membrane which acts as a selective ionic filter to the ions. It allows some ions to pass through the membrane freely, whereas other cannot do so. All living matter is composed of cells of different types. Human cells may vary from 1 micron to 100 microns in diameter, from 1 mm to 1 meter in length. The typical membrane thickness is of 0.01 microns. A cell has a negative charge along the inner surface of the membrane and positive charge along the outer portion. The cell has a negative charge along the inner surface of its membrane and positive charge along the outer portion. A cell can be discharged and recharged, which produces the voltages called bioelectrical signals. The cell is produced a bioelectrical signal due to the polarized and charging and discharging. Or it can be also said that polarizing and depolarization of the cell. The size of the cell is in the range of 5 to 10 micrometers. Summary: we have discussed about the characteristic of human cell. Quiz: the structural and functional unit of living matter is: 1 is organs, 2 is tissues, 3rd one is cell, 4th one is none of the above. The answer is cell. The structural and functional unit of living matter is cell. Quiz. Second one, the organelles float in a fluid inside the cell is called inner fluid, internal fluid, cytoplasma, none of the above. The answer is third one, cytoplasma. The organelles float in a fluid inside the cell is called cytoplasma. Next quiz question. The voltage developed across the cell are called bioelectric potentials, electrical signals, pneumatic signals, none of the above. The answer is bioelectrical potentials. The frequently asked questions. Mention the characteristic of a human cell. Draw the structure of a cell, a label of all parts. Next topic is bioelectric potentials. Upon completion of the topic, the student will be able to know the bioelectrical potentials, resting and action potentials, sodium pump and transmission of impulses with waveform. Description of the waveform. Bioelectric potentials. Bioelectric potentials are ionic voltages produced as a result electrochemical activity of certain special types of cells. These natural monitoring signals can be measured and the results can be displayed using transducers which convert ionic potentials into electrical voltages. The results, when displayed in a meaningful way, aid the physician in his diagnosis and treatment of various diseases. The waveform of resting and action potentials are shown in the slide. The waveform shows polarizing resting potentials with a time function, depolarization and polarization of the waveform, and threshold voltage at 60 millivolts and baseline at 0 millivolts, and the peak value is 20 millivolts. The pulse generation, minimum width of current stimulates for action potential generation. The current stimulates the pulse as shown in the picture. Resting potential. In resting state, a cell has a negative charge along the inner surface of its membrane and a positive charge along the outer portion. In resting state, a cell has a negative charge along the inner surface of its membrane and a positive charge along the outer portion. The unequal charge distribution is a result of certain electrochemical reactions and processes occurring within the living cell. The potential measured, the resting potential. The potential measured is called the resting potential. Resting state, polarization, exterior is positive, interior is negative. The cell having inside a sodium pump, the cell exterior, cell interior. The cell exterior having a positive charges, the cell interior having a negative charge. ATP and ADP, the potassium ions outside, high potassium, low sodium in resting state. Polarization then takes place a short time later. When the cell regains its normal state is necessary in order to re-establish the resting potential. This discharging and recharging of the cell produces a voltage waveform. Action potential. Action potential in resting state, it is said to be as a polarized. Outside or exterior is having a totally positive charges. Inside membrane is having a, inside the cell it is having a negative charge. When it is a stimulation, when stimulation occurs, some of the outside cells excited will become a negative charge, remaining are positive charge. Inside excited is somewhat positive, remaining is negative. The unexcited state having a negative inside. When depolarization started, the outside depolarization, when depolarization completed, the outside cell totally negative charge, inside totally positive charge. Again repolarization started, charges can be changes, outside positive, inside negative. When it is totally completed, it goes to again re-establishing state, that is called resting state or polarized state. This is the action of the potential. Action potential having a resting state, polarization, and it goes to, when it is excited, it gets to depolarization. So this polarization, depolarization causes ionic ionic current is generated. Electrochemical voltages or potentials are generated from human cells. Action potential. The action potential, when a section of the cell member is excited by the flow of ionic current or by some external energy, membrane changes its characteristics. It starts allowing sodium ions to enter inside the cell, and ionic currents flows which reduce the barrier of the membrane. Sodium ions rush inside, potassium ions comes out, but at low speed. Thus the cell becomes slightly positive inside due to the imbalance of potassium ions. The potential across the membrane at this condition is called action potential. The action potential value is approximately plus 20 millivolts. The cell is said to be depolarized. An active process called sodium pump. The sodium ions are quickly transported to outside of the cell. An active process is called sodium pump. The sodium ions are quickly transported to the outside of the cell. The cell again becomes a polarized and assumes its resting potential. The process is called repolarization. Although a little is known of exact chemical steps involved in the sodium pump, exchange between the sodium and potassium ions in and out of the cell within neurons that creates action potentials. Adenosine triphosphate, that is ATP, adenosine triphosphate ATP, provide energy for proteins to pump 300 sodium ions per second out of the cell, while simultaneously pumping 200 potassium ions per second into this cell. Concentration gradient, thus making the outside of the cell more positively charged and the neuron negatively charged. Sodium pump, sodium Na plus channel, it is having a passive, it is going outside the cell. Potassium ions are entering into the cell. The sodium and potassium, sodium pumping into outside and the potassium entering into inside. If 300 sodium ions entering into the exiting from the cell into the outside, whereas potassium 200 ions per second entering into the inside. This is called a sodium pump. The animation of the sodium pump shown in the slide. The sodium ions are moving outside, potassiums are entering into inside. So the exterior is negative charge, inside is positive. So polarization and depolarization causes ionic potentials. Bioelectric potentials are generated at the cell. The transmission of impulses. When the cell is excited and generates an action potential, ionic currents begin to flow. The process can in return excite neighboring cells or adjacent areas of the same cell. In the case of nerve cell with a long fiber, the action potential is generated over a very small segment of fiber length. But it is propagated in both directions from the original point of the excitation in nature. Nerve cells are excited only near their input. As the action potential travels down the fiber, it cannot re-excite the portion of the fiber immediately upstream because of the refractory period that follows the action potential. The rate at which an action potential moves down a fiber or is propagated from the cell to cell is called a propagation rate. The rate at which an action potential moves down a fiber or is propagated from cell to cell is called propagation rate. In nerve fiber, the propagation rate is also called nerve conduction rate or conduction velocity. This varies widely depending on the type of the diameter of the nerve fiber. The usual velocity range in nerves is from 20 to 140 meters per second. The usual velocity range in nerves is from 20 to 140 meters per second. The propagation through heart muscle is slower with an average rate of from 0.2 to 0.4 meters per second. The special time delay fibers between the arteria and ventricles for the heart cause action potential to propagate at a slower rate, that is 0.03 to 0.05 meters per second. Resting and action potentials are shown in the slide. In a polarizing cell, resting potentials minus 90 millivolts. When depolarization starts, the waveform is somewhat linear up to threshold voltage. The threshold voltage is minus 60 millivolts. Then polarization begins. Then the polarization begins. It is goes on increasing up to the baseline. Then it reaches to peak value 20 millivolts. Again decreasing its potentials to get depolarization and comes to resting state. That stimulates a current stimulation, a pulse is generated, that is a minimum width of current stimulates for action potential generation. A description of the resting and action potentials waveform. Action potential waveform begins at the resting potential minus 60 millivolts depolarization and returning to resting potential after depolarization. After repolarization. The time scale for action potential depends on the type of the cell producing the potential. In nerve, the muscle cell repolarization occurs so rapidly following depolarization that action potential appears as a spike of as a little as 1 millisecond total time duration. The heart muscles on the other hand repolarize much more slowly with the action potential for heart muscle usually lasting 150 to 300 milliseconds. Absolutely refractive period. Following the generation of action potential, there is a brief period for time during which the cell cannot respond to any new stimulates. The period is called absolute refractory period. This lasts about 1 milliseconds in the nerve cells. Relatively refractive period. Following absolute refractive period, there occurs relatively refractive period during which another action potential can be triggered, but a much stronger stimulation is required. When the cell again becomes polarized, and assumes its resting potential. The process is called repolarization. Summary: we have discussed about bioelectrical potentials, resting and action potentials, sodium pump and transmission of impulses with waveforms, description of action potentials and resting potential waveform. Phase. Bioelectric potentials are ionic voltages, B. Electrical voltages, electrical current, C is electrical current, D is none of the above. The answer is A is correct. Ionic voltages. The answer is A is the ionic voltages. The voltages generated by the muscle contractions are resting potential, action potentials, ionic potential, none of the above. The answer is B is correct. Action potentials. The voltages generated by the muscle contractions is called action potentials. The process of changing from resting state to action potential is known as depolarization, polarization, repolarization, none of the above. The process of changing from resting state to action potential is known as, answer is A, depolarization. Fourth one, the bioelectrical potential transducer converts ionic potential into electrical voltages, B. Ionic potential into DC voltages, ionic potential into AC voltages, D. Ionic potential into electrical current. The answer is A. Ionic potential into electrical voltages. Bioelectric potential transducer which converts ionic potential into electrical voltages. The frequently asked questions in examination: define resting and action potentials. Explain the resting and action potential with waveform. Explain the sodium pump. Explain transmission of impulses. Thank you.